Enter to Bluetooth. Bluetooth connected.
Unit 7, Work List. Basics. To do something on time basis, and how often you do it. My grandfather gets his Turing check on the daily basis. Biology. Biology is the study of living things. We learn about the human heart in biology class. Cage. A cage is something that holds an animal so it cannot leave. We put the parrot on the cage at night. College. A colleague is somebody you work with. My colleague, I never read the joke. Colony. A colony is a country controlled by another country. The USA was one time the colony of Great Britain. Debate. To debate is to seriously discuss something with someone. The husband and wife debated over the criteria by. Deport. The deport is to leave someone place so you can go to another place. The plane departed for Italy 3 o'clock this afternoon. Defrost. To defrost someone is to make them sad. The bad news from more depressed men. Factual. When something is factual, it is true. John learned about the history from factual book. Fascinate. To fascinate someone is to make them really like something. The kitten fascinates by the broad door. Mission. A mission is an important job that is sometimes brought away. A woman's mission was to have 6 people. Nevertheless. You use nevertheless to know that something goes against effect. It usually family. Nevertheless, he wasn't this afternoon. Occupation. An occupation is a person's job. My father's occupation is a dentist. Oversea. If we're overseas, you go to a country on the eye of the ocean. Don't often go to sea for vacation. Persuade. To persuade someone is to make them agree to do something. A children persuade his parents to buy them gift. Route. A route is the way you go to the one place to another. I saw many new houses along the route to the city. Ruin. Ruins are old buildings that are not used anymore. I visited some interesting ruins in Greece. Scholar. A scholar the reason to study something and know much about it. The scholar knew much about our history. Significant. When someone or something is significant, they are important. I read many significant novels at the least major university. Volcano. A volcano is a mountain with a hole on top, with hot liquid come down. When the volcano erupted, smoke and heat, you feel the air. A beautiful bird. Dr. Norton's occupation was a scholar of biology. He learned about all animals on a daily basis. One day he met the sailor from the colony overseas. The man told Dr. Norton in the party talking bird. The bird fascinated Dr. Norton, so he told his colleague about this. They debated with them. No one thought the birds could talk. He tried to persuade them, but they laughed at him. Nevertheless, Dr. Dawson believed the birds would fail. His new mission was divided. He wanted fan control flu. The next day, he departed for the colony. The sailor that met told him to look for a man named Jai, who would be able to help him in this service. After a month of sailing, Dr. Lawton by a colony where he met Jai. I can take it to where at least it's lit by the volcano, Jai said. They left the next day. A week later, they arrived at the volcano. Every day they worked around and looked for the bird, but they couldn't find it. After 1 month, Dr. Norton could not buy the birds, and they depressed him. He decided to go home. On the road back, he brought back some old ruins. He heard someone say, "Hello, who are you?" Dad. Dr. Norton looked down and saw a bird. Dr. North put the talking bird into the cage. Then he returned home. He had made a significant discovery. And the first thing is that we need to do the work in order to begin to cultivate that shift at first in our life. So, one table in the work we can do is we can begin to identify what we value, like the value of our object tool or IQ. It can be different to define, but the things like freedom, authenticity, sure, happiness, purity, as you identify what you value, but you value runs through at the North Star for the comfort, how that diet, image, direction of downstream in your life. Another terrible word in the and to identify he went to you every day. A W. Bird is a researcher at the Performance Culture University of Virginia and did later at Hospirus that he hosts the resident performance model. And he develops a student before interview they conducted hundreds of top performers. So on a variety of different flights, so for example, medicine, sport, business, and music. And what he found is that his top performers had very specific idea that how they wanted to feel every day. So yes, they have the goal. They find the power to win a gold medal or Grammy, but it will be much of only a process of getting towards that goal, but the actual goal itself. Another thing that we found is that top reformer, they're very important out when they want to begin of the vertical to vertical. They didn't try hard, so they didn't exert more effort. Instead, they took some time off for reflection and reminded themselves of how they wanted to feel every day. Never referred to a dream, so reminding themselves a dream that motivated them to continue to work the goal. So I forget that in the world you identify how you want to feel and what you value. Our job in the green is to work out into the world. So the research succession that often really has two components, an internal component and an external component. So internally, you as the honest polythetically own our value as our feeling. And the actions going to ask on the value and feeling in the real world. So another word you got to start making often to play to season. So you might choose whether the job or relationship or life path you don't go through and the fancy for you. And this might sound relatively straightforward, you just make a right decision based on what's important to you that live your life in a way. But in actuality, sometimes our affection to right choices can go again to a society, or friends, or a college, or family for us to be doing. So for example, when going to a Harvard Medical School, after the year of working there, I started to realize that a job that no other ring that I found you, but know the feeling I want to feel every day. And so I made a very difficult but offensive decision to quit my job at Harvard. And I ended up with the company in work for 2 months. urban to Europe as a narrow and easy decision to make. The people in my life believe that I'm making a mistake professionally by quitting Harvard. But they were listening to the truth and the friendship for me. So our authentic life choices, they could only be easy, but they already be worth it. They have first clear the contact. And so I remake the authentic decision a job again to do to solely to value it to the result of a decision. So another what you value as we pass from on, we can ask ourselves has decision to draw in me the upstream or am I moving downstream? Add a few hints you can use in order to figure out whether what engage in downstream effort. And the first of these, the moving engage downstream effort, I believe for Mala to experience something called psychological and we want to experience the cultural flow when they are finding dream flow. Sometimes you with motivated like music or art. And remember get psychological flow and so absorbed and indicating what we're doing. But time seeing through get storing so time might feel like a get speed up or slow down. You might notice time going by. It can be very difficult to distract you, but what you're doing project can bring the mind notices and you might even so absorb and engage in what you're doing that you have become almost one with activity. So, for example, in the moment before an athlete for incredible roar, they might feel my time might grow down for them. They might not hear the audience around them. And may now feel the body move at the effort this year in the services scoring that score. And in my opinion, psychological flow is going to be a downstream effort because the trying, but it doesn't feel like the trying. Then another hint began due to find out the congregation downstream effort is that sometimes synchronicity may well likely to help out in the life. So the perfect people, places, the opportunity might all bright for you. They're feeling that can have gauge enough effort in order to make those things happen. So if you engage your downstream effort, the idea is to stay or not hard because often the success is likely to fall. Now note that by using the growth authentic success here, the success may not work so successful the people around you, but it feels successful for you in time. So for example, someone who gets divorced after spending years in a authentic marriage, her mind might not go very successful on my outside. So they might lose the home, they lose the children, they might lose some income. So however, the dusty season and the life will feel authentic for them. Now, if you, on the other hand, you engage the season and you like drinkers of dream effort before you start trying the harder but too faster that they can add to self. The first question is there a time in my life when upstream effort is necessary? So the awesome time that our life will do the putting aside the hour, put in some time and feel convinced for try very hard. So for example, you try to get some mastery on the PT. Sometimes that a process can feel like a slog, it can feel like a hard effort. But is that not the PT, the authentic life good for you? And you can remind yourself of the motivation about things that degree and now can then motivate you and tend you. Now, also in the question you can ask yourself, you can engage upstream effort is how made a value change. So at the time, we can make a decision in our life by transferring value that value change over time. So for example, when you first finish the university got the job, they can have some financial stability in the life. But maybe 3 or 5 years later, the financial stability is no longer something that is as important to you. That job might start to feel outstream because no longer reflect your value. In this situation, you need to the quit or let's go out or the V release significantly alter the power of that work run so they can cross the strike and bring ourselves in the direction of downstream effort in our life. So I believe that many times the working engaged in upstream effort